have Steve. Steve has been traveling and having a good time and doing what he wants to
Mm-hmm.
do, doing what he likes to do, and bringing it bringing it home here. And and then I'll let him say something.
Bonjour. Makademi Gwandagiznakaz. Yeah, I've been traveling a lot all over the uh, state, over to Minnesota and over to Michigan. And one of the things that I've really enjoyed is seeing what other people are doing in other Indian communities, with alcohol and drug abuse. And a couple of places I helped I helped them get their program going, and it seems to be doing well, and I'm pretty happy. I pretty much went over and gave them some tips, and then they pretty much took the ball and ran with it because I told them it was their community and they should really do that. But yeah, I feel really good about that. I've been visiting some of the outstate facilities too in Wisconsin, and just been traveling around doing a lot of leadership camps for kids. Missed being on the show the last time because they changed the time that my program was supposed to be, and there was no way I could be in one place and here at the same time. So, anyways, yeah, I'm pleased to be back on here and pleased to talk about what we're going to talk about tonight. Miigwech.
Okay, Suzanne.
Hey, Buju, wase ananga ko in addition cause aji jakendo dam odawazaga again in Indonesian. I'm also U.S. military veteran. Um, come here from LCO. My spirit name is Bright Star Woman, and I'm really, really pleased to be here. I've been here before. Marielle and I have spoken on here before, and along with some other people, and sang songs. So, looking forward to doing that. So, thank you.
Miigwech.
How about you, Mark?
What have you been doing, Mark?
What? Oh, man. My whole world was kind of involved in the Honor the Earth powwow the past week, and a lot of setup up there. One of the new things that we did, mostly for the vendors and the administrative parts of the powwow, so it could work, was have internet Wi-Fi down there. There's just a black hole as far as technology is concerned. And so we were able to get Wi-Fi throughout the campus. That took 2 days to get that wired up and figured out. So, and then just audio, video, we streamed it as we have in the past, and that went very, very well. We've had very little um, technical hiccups, so that was good. But it's just long days, from 6 in the morning till midnight. Some days it was a little breath of fresh air. Not to I didn't want it to cancel on Tuesday because I wanted to see the snake dance, but we had to skip that. So it was just that's always a fun.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah, you said Tuesday.
I said, see, I'm all messed up. It was Saturday. It was Saturday. Today's Tuesday. Anyway, so yeah, I'm still somewhat recovering from all that, but I had a lot of fun.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh,
Now you moved your microphone too far away. Now you're going to move it closer so we can hear you. Okay.
Okay. One of the things that we want to talk about is the Women in Water symposium that's coming up on July 31st through August 4th. And we want to invite tribal members because they're important, and we want to invite them over. And we usually charge a fee. We usually have a fee for attendance, but with the tribal governing board helps us out and financially. So we're opening up the doors for the Kudure members to come and listen, to come and participate, to be there and to get a look at what we do. get a look at our traditional way of life and listen to our speakers that are coming in from out of town. Where we've got some pretty good speakers from. We've got Margaret Behan coming from Oklahoma. Uh, we've got Lois DeLong coming from New Mexico. We have some. We have about 4 or 5 people coming from Canada, and well, I think we had maybe more than that. And then we have our healing. We have healing for grief healing. We have that going on Wednesday, and we have the jingle dress healing ceremony on Tuesday evening, and we have Skip Sandman and his wife coming for healing, and he does the Chisacon, and he also is going to do some uh, regular doctoring, Indian doctoring, and so it's going to be. It's going to be. We have the wiping of the tears coming through there too on Wednesday, so we're going to be really busy. Um, we start out with a pageant for water protectors, and that's on Sunday. And we have we encourage water protectors and water walkers to come and to be a part of this symposium,
Mm.
and especially on Sunday because we want to honor them for the work that they're doing in the front lines as well as uh, on radio and TV and doing the work that they do for Mother Earth. So we want to honor them and help them to strengthen themselves so that they can go back and and continue on with the work. So
It'll be very, very wonderful to see more LCO folks in attendance, because in the past, I mean, we've had some people come in, for a little while, but to have more people come in, that would be really great.
right.
The other thing I wanted to say was, did you want to talk about the sponsors?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have a list of the sponsors, just so everybody knows, so we can just say we said it.
Yeah.
The Brickrow Fund. We've got the Seventh Generation Fund, Honor the Earth, Healing of the Waters, the Great Lakes Coalition, of course, LCO, the tribal government. I think that's all.
Yep.
And there's a website that for those who are listening on radio, if you go to spiritofthewater.org, and then you'll see the schedule there for Women in Water 2022, and that'll be July 31st through August 4th. And there's the whole agenda on that page as well. And I've already showed that to our people who are watching us on Facebook and YouTube, so they know where the website is and how to get there and see the schedule.
One of the things that we do while the Women in Water are going on is we have a store too that we have.
Mm.
And so, people can come, and actually we're looking for donations all the time too. So people have got beautiful items they want to donate. We can certainly use them to help our future symposiums.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. We do three programs, 3 events for Mother Earth for the water, and we do live stream in the spring. Then we have the symposium, and then we do another live stream in the fall. And LCO Ojibwe College helps us with that, and they're one of our good sponsors too. So that we had that on live stream,
Mm-hmm.
and that we want to educate on the conditions of the world and conditions of the environment, conditions of the water. And, it's I was watching TV today, one of the times my television was on, and, and I was watching how they're even having um, even the fire is going into the water now. It's so warm and so
Mm.
hot around the world, and there's so many fires and so much of the heat index is so high. So
Yeah.
and there was fire in, I think it was Ireland that they were having fire in the water.
Hmm.
Yeah, and like the average temperature on Mother Earth was higher or the highest in the last couple of days, which is,
Wow.
even in places that were considered to be, temperate, just not so hot all the time.
Mhm.
The average temperatures are just been rising significantly. It's sad.
Yeah, and I haven't seen this before, but right now our nights are cold. There's out or a mist
Hmm.
in the evenings. I was taking my grandson to work at 10 o'clock, 9:30 at night, and I could see the fog on the on the li- on the fields already.
Yeah,
And that usually doesn't happen till
I
maybe
know it happened on
August, September.
yeah,
You know.
it happened on Sunday. Sunday, I think it was, when I was going out on double E, and then I went to E, take a left to go to New Post. Holy, there's
Hmm.
a lot of misty fog, which is not doesn't happen really that
Hmm.
much that I can think of.
Hmm. So we have to put more tobacco down. We have to pray for our leaders so that they can do something about climate change. And as well as start doing something ourselves. You know, and, and then there's a lot of people in the United States. A lot of states a lot of places they have to shut off their air conditioners because it's using too much. It's overloading the grid. What do you call it? The grids.
Grid, yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah. So people are suffering from the heat. You know. So, but you know, there's always hope. There's always tobacco. There's always this good way of life that'll help us to turn things around. And that's what we like to do with the symposium too. We like to explain how we can do our own little bit in our own corner of the world,
hmm
you know, so that I myself at home, I I'm starting to not use as much paper toweling. I pulled out or I went and got some napkins, cloth napkins that I try to use more. Towels, regular cloth towels that I use more, and I'm not using the paper toweling as much. And then I went from plastic, drinking out of plastic, to, to my bottled water here. I'm and when I go on trips, I try to fill those bottles, glass bottles, with water from my own well,
yeah,
so that I'm not buying any of the plastic waters
yeah.
from the gas stations. Or I try to take as much of my own water with me, whenever I go someplace. My bags are just heavy.
Mm.
Yeah, at those large venues, it would be,
Mm.
I know, it would be very, very helpful. And I know it's been an issue for years, but at large venues, they have like water that people can come, and they would even give, like some of the venues, they would give a water bottle to the people, and the people would still go buy water for $1 at the vendors,
Mhm.
at different, at concerts and powwows and all those other things. But yeah, people got to understand about really have an understanding of how precious water is. And like I always used to tell the kids, and people thought it was a little crass, but if you don't have water, you die.
Right.
That's what it goes
Mhm.
down to, you know. If you don't have water, you die. And I would tell the kids at all the camps I was at, you know, and they go home and tell their parents and say, "Oh, that was a little harsh." I said, "Well, it's the truth, you know, it is." And so, yeah, we got to take care of Mother Earth.
Wait till we don't have any more water and see how harsh that is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So you want to sing something?
Sure.
Okay. This song is talks about grandmother, grandfather. We all have we all have grandmothers and grandfathers, and there's also grandfathers and grandmothers and uh, rocks, the stones that we use for the sweat lodge, and there's always grandmother and grandfather in the sky, and there's always male and female in our trees, and the grandfathers and grandmothers, we see their faces in the trees. And so the song is about the grandfathers and grandmothers. And we all, with my grandmother, when I knew where my grandmother was, I was at home, no matter where I was. When I knew that I could contact her, if I knew where she was, wrote a letter, and she answered me all the time. If I knew she was there, I was okay. I was, I might have been out there using and drinking and all this stuff, but my my real times when I wasn't, I would think about my grandmother and I would try to contact her, and she'd write back to me right away, and and that was good. And it seems like she was the root. She was the root of our family. My other grandmother, I lost her when I was quite young. So this talks about grandmother and grandfather, and it talks about the grandfather and grandmother in our Great Spirit, um, and how how we can put tobacco down, and how we can use tobacco to help us, and how we thank 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 the grandmother and grandfather for what they do for us, and how much we love the grandfather and grandmother and grandfather. So we're going to sing it in Ojibwe first, and then we sing it in English. And you can sing too, Steve.
Can I?
Way out, way out, way out, way out. No comments. Way out, way out, way out, way out. Missiones. Bonjour, 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 bonjour. No comments. Bonjour, 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 bonjour. Missiones. O da pena asema no comments. O da pena asema missiones. Nada ma Nada mawishan no comes. Nada mawishan, nada mawishan, mishomes. Nisagien, nisagien, no comes. Nisagien, nisagien, mishomes. Miigwech, 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 no comes. Miigwech, 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 mishomes. Wea, 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 grandmother. Wea, 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 grandmother. Hello, 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 grandmother. Hello, 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 grandfather. I offer you tobacco, grandmother. I offer you tobacco, grandfather. Help me, help me, help me, help me, grandmother. Help me, help me, help me, help me, grandfather. I love you, I love you, grandmother. I love you, I love you, grandfather. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, grandmother. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, grandfather. Way up, way up, way up, way up. No promise. Way up, way up, way up, way up. Missiones.
Oh, very nice.
That's that teaches us how to talk to our Great Spirit. It teaches us how to say "Bonjour, Great Spirit." I love you so much for all that you help me with, and for all that you're doing for me, and I offer you tobacco that you've given to us to ask for help and to share and to do our good work with. And it's really a good song, and it's just like that. You say hello, you offer tobacco, you ask for help, say I love you, and we quit. That's the formula. That's the way. So, and I've been doing that a long time, and I've never sometimes I'm in such a mess, and usually it's with my thoughts, thinking the bad way of life, or thinking negative, or
Hmm.
expecting
Mhm.
negative comments, or expecting a big fight, or expecting something terrible like that, and straighten out my way of thinking, and look to the positive, look to the best that I can do, and to stand up for myself sometimes when it's not very easy. But I and over the years, we learn each time we put tobacco down, each time we talk to the Great Spirit, each time we talk to our grandmothers and grandfathers out there, and each time we do that, each time we hug a tree for that strength that we need for today, each time we put tobacco down on a rock or in the water or by a tree, or we smoke it in our pipes. Each time we do that, we get stronger and we get more help, and we get and the Great Spirit looks at us and knows and sees that we're trying to live a good life, and he or she will send more good things. So all we have to do too, and I know that it's not easy to trust. I know that, and I had a hard time with that too, trusting. In my earlier years sobriety, I couldn't trust nothing, nobody, nothing.
Hmm.
Couldn't trust the morning that I got up to, you know. But gradually, as time went on, I began to look to the more brighter side of life, the more positive way of thinking, and the more I sometimes I fall back into that, get off balance and fall back into that, and catch myself. And I say, hey, where am I going with this? How come I want to feel bad? I I don't like to feel bad. I used to. Boy, I used to eat that up, but then after a couple of days, I no. Why do you want to feel bad about everything? Look for help. Go get your help and go to a meeting. Go to your sponsors and talk about what's going on. I wanted to keep that stuff inside so badly. I think it was just a way of trying to put myself in a corner so I go drink
Drink,
myself.
yeah.
Yeah, release it by drinking.
Yep. Yep.
But yet it'd still be there compounded when I'd sober up, because I'd spend all my money. It'd be worse. Usually it was finances, but it takes time, and that's what we have to give ourselves: time to heal, time to learn, time to relearn, rethink, time to learn how to voice ourselves, talk, even share, trust our own opinions and believe in them. That's what I. That's what I had a hard time doing too. Trust my own opinions. I'd go to meetings and I'd be afraid to talk because I wasn't talking as good as they were. And they were what, 12, 15 years sober, and here I was going on my first year. So
Yeah.
but but you know, I'd hold back like that, thinking that my words weren't important, or my words or my life wasn't important. And when you get shut down like that a lot too, being the only girl, the boys always thought that I didn't know enough. Always had to tell me what to do and live my life. My mother too. So it was a 40 year, well, yeah, pretty close to 40, that I learned that I was okay, that my opinions were important, that I could raise my kids, that I could make house payments, that I could go out and buy a car. All these things I kept on doing for myself. So I don't know. You want to say something?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about what I've been doing lately.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were talking about time, and I guess for the past couple of years, I've been really uh, concentrating on my own self, and realizing those things that I consider my weaknesses aren't really necessarily my weaknesses. Sometimes they can turn around and be my strength. And really listening more to my inner guidance than the outside world, and doing a lot of meditation, a lot of singing, prayers, and but lately I've been, well, not lately, but before, my daughter and I were doing some sewing on, like, making ribbon skirts, and I've downsized my home since then, and really don't have a lot of room now. I have
Mhm.
like a little trailer, but kind of put that to the side, and when we get more room, we'll probably start that up again. But I've also been doing some painting, and I am a staff carrier, and I've been my staff. I'm a water carrier staff, and this particular staff that I have, it's just gorgeous because it's I don't know, a sapling, but it had some wood,
Bends and
Yeah.
curves.
bends and curves and twists. And I had this staff for years, and I saw these animals in it, and I would show people these animals when I would carry this stuff. Oh, look, look, look! Can you see this? You know, there's a I don't know, a turtle head, and there's a bird here, a bird here. You know, can you see it? No, well, yeah, I can see it, but they could never see it. So then I finally got it through my head that maybe I should just paint the staff, and I've been doing that for years, and it seems like every year I'm doing a few changes here and there, and I did some changes this year as well. Um, the other thing I've been painting too is a buffalo hide, a buffalo robe. It's a 48 square foot buffalo robe. It's 6 foot by 8 foot, and it's been a task. I've had it for about a year and a half now, almost 2 years. Huh?
Mhm.
And I'm finally kind of finishing up. I don't have any space anymore at my place, so I had to bring it over to Mary Ellen's place today in one of her bunkhouse and set it up, and I'm doing the finishing touches on it now. But gosh, it's been, sitting on that buffalo. The first night, I just cried and cried. I didn't know what it was. I still, this something about this buffalo. There's a lot of teaching in it, and a lot of the teaching had to do with grounding. And I don't know why this buffalo was wanting me to know about grounding, but as soon as I sat on there, I got this vision of um, of me way, way, way long time ago, and I was really still in a reptilian form. It was really weird. But I had this. We had all had tails, right? We had tails, and some time ago during our evolution, our tails got removed, and energetically, okay, so physically the tails were removed, but energetically the tail is still there in ourselves. So what's happened to it? What's happened to this tail? Well, every time you feel like you feel threatened, you feel like somebody's going to take something away from you, your gut tightens up. And so what I saw was this tail, after this energetic tail being wrapped up like really fast into our stomachs, and it's held there really tight. And if we don't unloosen it and release it somehow, then we get sick. We have cancer, we have all kinds of stomach ailments or other ailments that go into our body, and there's a way to release it. And that was the second part of sitting on this buffalo, this healing, or this vision, was that if we ground ourselves, we can still take that tail and shoot it back into the earth. If it rolls it back down, roll it back out into the earth, and energetically, just in your mind, just put that tail into the earth. And then as you meditate and you feel these things, that your fear, your anger, your PTSD, your trauma, everything that you can feel and muster up, you can actually push it down into your belly and push it down into the earth. And the earth can take it, because the earth is designed that way. It takes all the electricity from the sky. It takes so much, and it can handle all our negativity. And once that's removed, once from ourselves, there is a feeling of not like euphoria, but it's a cleansing freedom feeling that you no longer have to carry this burden that you were carrying, this anger that you were carrying, this shame you were carrying, because the earth can take it. The earth can take it, and that's been the teaching of that buffalo. And um, the painting on it, I can talk about. Do you mind if I talk about it a little?
Go ahead.
Okay. It's okay. So it's 6 foot by 8 foot. You got to kind of put this in your mind, and it's got like two major, I don't know, columns running side by side. Or how do you, like an across?
Mhm.
Okay, one side coming down from the right to the left is fire. The side coming down from the left to the right is water. And so one is like Mother Earth, the water, and then inside in the middle, you've got the earth, and she is being surrounded by Mother Earth, or the water Nibi Kwe, and she's surrounding her hands or her arms around Mother Earth and enclosing. And so it's just really kind of, I'm not quite finished with it. I still got a week or so.
Mhm.
So I'm still working on it, so it's still in the going, but man, it's looks really cool. If I do say so myself.
You're a beautiful painter.
Yeah, she
Thanks.
is. She's a
Yeah.
very beautiful painter.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We have another song that we've been practicing. This one has to do with relationships, maybe. And there's a time when and I got this song for my own life. There was a time when I was married, and my husband was a hard worker. He took care of me pretty good, but yet there was times when he beat me and drinking, wouldn't come home, and I'd sit there and wait. And so the song talks about that, and how lonely that time is. So when you listen to it, you can think of how it fits into your life, fits into the way some things happen for you.
Or how it used to.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, here we go. You didn't come home again last night. You didn't come home again last night. You didn't come home again last night. Where hey yo, where hey yo. I waited and waited for you last night. I waited and waited alone last night. I waited and waited again last night. Where hey yo, where hey yo. We are hey yo, 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 we are hey hey, yo. Not making fried bread for you no more. Not making fried bread for you no more. Not making fried bread for you no more. We are hey yo. We are hey yo. Not making moccasins for you no more. Not making moccasins for you no more. Not making moccasins for you no more. We are hey yo. 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 Not waiting at home for you no more. Not waiting at home for you no more. Not waiting at home for again anymore. We are hey yo. We are hey yo. Go out and find another one. Go out and find another one. Go out and find another one. Who cook and sew and wait for you and make moccasins. We are hey yo. 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 Joe. Yeah. Every time I sing that song, I think about my life when I was married to an abuser, you know. And he was my first love. I mean, I married him by the Catholic Church even, and after a few months or more, I started feeling trapped and why'd I do this and so on and so forth. You know, he was sweet and good to me when he was courting me, but after that, it was wild and hurtful, painful. And I carried that pain for a long time. And I carried it through a lot of drinking. I carried it through a lot of relationships. I carried it through always looking for a good man, you know. And it was pitiful life, you know, but it was a life that I led. It was a life that I lived. And but now I see my eyes are opened and coming out of that and giving that up and taking it all the I learned that my body held all that pain, you know, and my body held all of those secrets and all of those uh, painful times, and I wouldn't let it go until one night the therapist was helping us. You know, we had a group going, and the therapist was helping us, and nobody else had anything to say, so I brought my own pain up, you know, and she helped me to release that. And it took a while after that, but then I had to write a big long letter about how my relationship was, how my marriage was, and that that really did it. That really helped me a lot. You know, it came out of me and out of my hand and onto the pencil and onto that paper. and I gave it away. I gave it away. And I made sure it didn't, with the help of a lot of people and a lot of traditional people, I made sure that it went someplace where it wouldn't hurt anybody else, where I wouldn't hurt anyone else too, because of that I was hurting a lot. So when you hurt others.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm.
And when you do good to others. When you live good, you live good with others. It just goes that way. It's just the way it is. And so that song reminds me of that time. And but then there's the good side of it where you're not making moccasins, you're not making fried bread anymore, you're not going through this stuff anymore. You go out and find somebody else to do that. I'm not going to do it anymore. So
Yeah.
that's what this song talks about. That's the balance. That's a balance in relationships, a balance in life. It's a balance in our mind and what we're going to live with and what we're not going to live with. So,
Yeah.
so that's what that song is about.
Yeah. I know it was very therapeutic for me to do that letter type activity.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the people I work with now have never really had that suggested to them. And I have tried to suggest it. And I haven't seen any negative feedback from them doing that, from them writing those letters and getting that out and putting it out there. Like you said, taking it from inside of you and then taking that pencil and putting it down on paper and then releasing it, that's been important.
Yeah, when I was working in AODA, I'd have a group, and we'd be working on developing those letters, and then we'd have a fire. We'd do a fire,
Yeah.
and we'd all sit there and we'd talk. We'd read our letters, and we'd put them away, but we wouldn't put them in the fire. We'd put them away. We'd bury them,
Mhm.
or we'd some kept theirs just to make sure and to remember and to look back in a good way. And then we put tobacco in the fire and we let it go. Let it go to where it won't hurt anyone.
Yeah.
And make a vow that it wouldn't let us hurt anymore. We wouldn't hurt that way anymore. So, yeah, that was good therapy.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
was great for me. I know. Yeah.
So, what do you think, Mark?
I think you have 10 minutes for one more song.
Dear,
Yeah.
you should sing "Ick Away."
Yeah, sure.
So, when it's good that you keep that up with your shaker when I put mine down. This one is this song is I sang it to in the LCO college to a group, and they said it. The elder was saying that it was a lullaby that they used to sing to their kids, and he was yeah, it was Archimose. So Iban, and and then there's a story that was told to me when it was um, that when the sun is a promise. It's one of the promises that we have in life. And when the sun rises every morning, we know it. We can trust it. We can trust that it'll be there. If anything, we can trust that. And when the sun comes up, there's a big eagle that flies with it, that comes with it, and the big eagles, the shadow of the wings, and the shadow of this eagle falls all over Turtle Island. And the ones that are in that shadow of this eagle in the morning they're going to be blessed for all that day. So that was what was told to me. Take away, way away. way out, way out, way out, way out, way out, way out, way oh, way oh, way. Echo way, way out, 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 way oh, way oh, way. Echo way, way out, 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 way oh, way oh, way. Echo way, way out, 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 way oh, way oh, way. Echo way, way out, 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 way oh, way oh, way. Echo way, way out, 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 way oh, way oh, way. Echo way, way out, 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 way oh, way oh, way. Echo way, way out, 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 way away. Mark says, that, you know, we have stories, we have songs, we have the pipe, we have tobacco, we have talking circles, we have the feathers, we have our dances, we have the fire, we have all our medicines, sweetgrass, sage. We have all these things that in the cedar that can help us in times, rough times. You know, we have all those, and we got it good. We have it good. We have a good life. So,
Mm.
okay, Steve, Stacy, some.
Yeah,
Just,
tell us what's going on this week.
what's going on this week? So today was when I always tell everybody I'm going to jail.
And you're happy about it.
And I'm happy about
Yeah.
it, and they don't understand.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow we have the talking circle, the Well-Variety Talking Circle, and that starts at 6 o'clock.
Where?
And then
Where?
it's going to be at the Kinnamon School.
Okay.
And then on Thursday we have NA, and that's at 6 o'clock.
At
And
Kinnaman?
pardon?
At Kinnaman?
No, it's right now. It's just Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we have the other activities are going on. We had kind of a neat experience. One of our group picked up for GIZO this last weekend the Sober Driver Project. So we had another person that picked that up while he went to a rock concert. Even GIZO deserves to have some time, out there to do some other things. And so I was really happy about that. And she's done she did a great job. And then we've have a couple of meetings that are going to be taking place in the next, in some of the days in between when I travel to some of the other communities where we're trying to help them do some of the same things that we're doing here at LCO. And yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited about how things are going. Got myself a new tattoo. Everybody on the radio can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one that almost all of our group has, and it's breaking the chain of alcohol and drug abuse.
Oh, wow.
And it's kind of really a nice little thing. And we all kind of went together, and we got a tattoo artist in our midst now in our group, and so he inked us all up, and it kind of is like I've got a
Keep
got
singing.
a tattoo on my left shoulder when all the firekeepers and
Thought he was going to say something else.
peacemakers got together. So
All
yeah,
right.
so that's what's going on.
And next time we're here in the studios, I don't know, we're going to be in the studio on August 2nd. You'll be in the midst of your Women in Water Symposium.
Yeah, but I'm going to send somebody down to talk.
Oh.
Some of our guests, I'm going to send them
Very
down.
good.
Mhm.
Well, don't forget to visit the website, the Women in Water Symposium. That's at spiritofthewater.org. And look over the schedule and make plans to attend the symposium in about a week and a half, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty close to that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You've been listening to Anishinabe Sober Voices here on WOJB. We're now going to head over to Birdman. And where is he, Birdman? Come on. Give me some powwow music there.
Boujud in the way man the dug. Bene shears in a cause Odawazag Odawazaga Iganing and Dunchaba. Aho, Boujou. This is WOJB 88.9 FM, the evening edition. I'd like to welcome you all